So, you might have noticed that our internet these days are very fast, they're very convenient, as opposed to, let's say, 10 to 15 years ago. Why is that? Some of you watching right now might still even have the same internet provider and hardware as you did 10 years ago. But everything's faster, everything's more convenient. Why is that? There's something called the NGN, Next Generation Network. NGN is a body of key architectural changes in telecommunication core and access networks. The general idea behind the NGN is that one network transport all information, services, whether it be voice, data, video, and so on. It does this by encapsulating all of it into the Internet Protocol or the IP. So why is it called Next Generation Network? Well, it's simply because it builds upon the previously existing technology, or so we say previous. So let's take for example PSTN, an existing analog-based technology of a telephone that's been established since the 1800s. NGN improves and builds upon the foundation set by the PSTN and utilizes the existing network by making it digital, which allows the once ancient network to transport far more bandwidth and support more people. Hence, why one of the requirements for change for it to be classified as NGN is having a vertical integration. So, keep in mind that there are three key principles that you should know in general what NGN is. First is that it's open architecture that allows for service creation, updating, and third-party support. Independent provisioning that allows for separate processes in its network operation, and its multiplicity that allows for multiple access technology support. Let's take a bit of time to think. When's the last time that you actually used your cable TV or your telephone line? If you're around the same age as me, the answer is probably never, or like a long time. Well, it's simple to us because there are so many more multimedia's support and services that offers way more convenient videos, way faster speeds. It enables us to do things that we have never previously been able to do, whether it be HD live streaming, so on and so on. Well, even us calling each other right now, okay, we usually use WhatsApp and Line, which is over the internet protocol. So those are from the conveniences of NGN. NGN is capable of so many things. Here are all of them. But you don't need to read all of that. I mean, if you want to, you can pause, but they're good, they're digital. With such conveniences, of course, there are some regulatory and legal requirements that needs to be met by our internet providers so that as a consumer, we are able to fulfill the actual standards of NGN. Here are all of them. Once again, I don't think you need to read it as a consumer or as a viewer, but if you want to, you can pause. So having after said all of that, I'll just move on to my dear sexy friend Adi and explain the rest.
Next. So, how NGN functions exactly? And the NGN functions are divided into transport stratum and service stratum functions. And service stratum provides a variety of functions. For example, like users' authentication and registration. And also, users can use the message, telephone using the service stratum. And also, the transport stratum provides an IP connectivity service to the NGN users. For example, the users are able to transporting the data from one user to another using Wi-Fi or internet. And also, it transmits IP packets on an end-to-end basis while maintaining QoS and providing security. So, before there is NGN network, all services like PSTN, and internet are required providers for its services. But after NGN exists, all of them are managed under one IP platform. And also, in transit network, there are so many layers and lines are needed from national layer to reach the customer layer. But after there's NGN, the layers are simplified into two layers, which is the national layer and customer layer. And for the use of NGN, we can take an example of IndiHome. They provide many services like VoIP for telephone, messaging, where we can texting our friends, and IDs or internet, where we can access many things. And also, at the same time, IndiHome provides QoS, security, and media handling, and etc.
When talking about matters that involve the public, regulation and policy are needed, especially in NGN, to ensure fairness, transparency, independence, quality of consistency, effectiveness, and accountability. My good friend Adi and Danu have mentioned the services that NGN provides. With new technology comes new challenges, including regulators. In the past and current system, the spectrum allocation, broadcaster, and telecom regulators are separate. With NGN, it aims to be in a single body. With multiple telecom providers available to us, naturally, economic regulation plays a huge part. The primary strategy is to create efficient access while stimulating innovation and not to forget building networks and attracting subscribers. But NGN requires a high bandwidth capacity, which include FTTH, 4G, and 5G. Yet, these amazing features are mostly accessible only in dense population around big cities, which can make NGN access potentially divided. Other than regulation, the other important part of telecommunication is data and network security, which sadly doesn't exist in our lovely dear country, Indonesia. My other good friend, Mahesa, will discuss this further.
What has changed since the evolution of communication, or let's say the evolution of broadcasting? We have traveled a long journey. There's a lot of changes since that time. In this era, we are facing with the digital broadcasting era, which it enables a more efficient use of spectrum. It produces a new audiovisual content provider such as YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. And in this era, content provider can offer services directly to all market without any gatekeepers. There are also several problems that are caused by this evolution, such as disruption, corruption, removal, disclosure, and interruption. Therefore, security risk is growing and cannot be ignored. Even though there's a collaboration between international standard organizations such as ITU, ETSI, ISO, IETF, and 3GPP, attacks are still becoming more unpredictable, frequent, and make a wider range of sources. In the other hand, the existing standard solution or methodologies do not appear to sufficiently support the required security assessments. They should enable the choice of the more appropriate security solution for each circumstances, resulting in the improvement of the security, availability, and reliability of the application of the network services. That's all from us. We apologize for any mistakes that occur in this video.
We hope that you can learn something new and appreciate the complexity behind the tech that connects us all.
Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anyone.
Thank you very much for your time. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.